Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today we are playing Cricket Captain 2020, the Australia Save Part 8. And today we'll feature 2 test matches against Afghanistan. Now, I haven't actually played any test cricket since video number 1 against Bangladesh, so it's been a while since I have played, and I just recently completed playing the World T20, which was going well, and if you want to see what happened, please watch that video. So I don't think I can pick the ground. Now, in real life, this is scheduled to be 1 test match. Let's look at the fixtures. It's supposed to be 1 test match against Afghanistan in Perth because Perth missed out on a test, the 4-test series against India. But here in Cricket Captain land, we get 2 tests against Afghanistan and 4 against India. So the next 2 videos after this will be 2 tests against India for video 9 and another 2 tests against India for video 10. So we got 6 tests coming your way. So my squad should really be the same. However, because I played away, I could have 18 members of my squad, and I'm probably not going to change too many people, to be honest. I'll still have Payne as the captain for now. I wonder how Cam Green has been getting on domestically. He's touted as the next big thing in Australian cricket because he can bat really well. If you look at his career stats, 40 with the bat, 19 with the ball as a seam bowling all-rounder. So they probably looking at having him at 6 in the test team in future and bowling as well. So he's highly touted. Okay, probably not going to have Zampa. I don't know. I think Joe Richardson does a good job, but in the game, a little bit underdone. So let's unselect him, and let's get 2 other players who've done well this year. This will probably be my 11, to be honest, against Afghanistan. I do like Agar as the second spinner. I know his stats haven't been amazing, but let's see who's been doing a good job in this year, even though the domestic season has just started. Some people have played overseas. Bancroft looks injured. Okay, let's see who can be the reserve batsman. Nick Maddinson has been doing pretty well as well. He's, I think he had a New South Wales contract and he lost that, and then he's come back really strongly. I'm actually going to have Nick Maddinson is going to be my. He's going to be my reserve batsman, and I really like Michael Neser as well. Hopefully he's done pretty well. 44 wickets at 24. Michael Neser has been 12th man about 12 times, so he's going to continue that and be in the squad as well. Let's just see if anyone's really dominating. Sean Abbott is doing well. Okay, let's pick our coaching sessions. Apologies for just going silent there for a minute. Had a little bit of a runny nose, so it may have sounded like it was blocked there for a moment. I've just blown my nose and I just turned the mic off. Pretty sure no one wants to hear that on the video. That's much better now. I'm pretty sure I don't have a cold, but you know when you just sometimes start to get a little bit of a runny nose, and I just didn't blow it because I was explaining. So hopefully you don't mind that little interlude. Okay, it's got some bounce. I do still want Agar on because I'd like 5 bowlers, and we are facing Afghanistan, so not the strongest outfit. Obviously just a test win against Ireland. However, when I played Cricket Captain 19 and I wasn't playing Australia or Afghanistan, Afghanistan seemed to be very, very strong, and they did tend to win a lot of their test matches by a lot. So this looks pretty good. Let's open with Hazelwood and Stark. That generally is what happens. Agar's going to bat 6, so really a fairly long tail, but that's okay. I really like Joe Burns, the Burns-Warner opening combination. Someone was asking me about Matt Renshaw in one of the comments, And he's probably next in line if Joe Burns fails. But he did get a double hundred against Bangladesh, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 205. So he's in the team for now. Let's have a look at the lineups. And I did play an Afghanistan save on Cricket Captain 19, so I am familiar with some of the names. And let's have a look. I'm not really too sure about first names of a couple of players, but you've got Zadran here with Janat. He's quite an aggressive batsman, I remember from my save. I think it's Ramat Shah, Shahidi. I think it's like Hashratullah Shahidi. Shahzad, I think he's the very aggressive wicketkeeper batsman. I think this is Ashgar Afghan, but he's still called his original name of Ashgar Stanikzai. I thought they would have changed that in the game. They haven't yet. He changed his name because he was so passionate about representing Afghanistan. He changed his name to the country name, which is pretty awesome. I think it's like I'm going to get it wrong. I wanted to give it a go, but I didn't. Zadaran, another good batsman. You got Rashid Khan here, the leg spinner. Qais Ahmed, another leg spinner. You've got Ul Haq. I thought he might be a spinner, but he might be a seam bowler. And Ahmadzai here, Ahmadzai, who he's a really good seam bowler in the game that I played as well. So, sorry, Afghanistan, we are going to bat first. I want to say it's like Najibullah Zadaran, but I didn't want to get it wrong. So let's have a quick look at the Afghani stats. Oop, gee, I thought he was the opening batter. I thought that looked a bit grim. Ibrahim Zadran here with he's just 18 years old, opening the batting. Isanullah Janat, he hasn't done much at test level, but he's played 4 games. Quite good. I think he's very aggressive as well. Oh no, just average. Maybe they've changed that this year. We've got Ramat Shah, who's a very, very solid batsman. He was batting at 3 for me. Hashmatullah Shahidi, Muhammad Shahzad. This is Ashgar Afghan. He should be the Afghanistani captain, which they stripped it off him for the World Cup. Terrible move. Najibullah Zadaran, Rashid Khan, Qais Ahmed, Naveen Ul Haq. So is he? Oh, he's a pace bowler. I think there's another Ul Haq who's a spinner. And Ahmadzai there. So very young lineup for Afghanistan. So this could be interesting. We could do really well against Afghanistan here, or they could pull out a surprise. Let's put highlights on for the first 10 overs, and then we'll just skip through. Otherwise, these videos can get very long for these test matches. I know the first one went quite a long time. It was 2 test matches, but it did include a T20 as well, and it was my first video. So huge 6 from Warner. Let's get the bowling on. I think what Afghanistan will probably do is just bowl these 2 seamers and then just bowl Khan and Ahmed for a long, long, long time. I was going to say it was surprising to see Muhammad Nabi not in the lineup, but he has actually retired from Test cricket. So I think he's just focusing on the one day and the T20 formats of the game. Plays in a lot of T20 leagues around the world with Rashid Khan, Qais Ahmed. He probably just couldn't squeeze him in, but Mujib Rahman as well. I tended to go with 3. When I played as Afghanistan, I tended to go with like a pace bowler here, and then an all-rounder seam bowler is generally a medium pace, and then have Mujib, Khan, and either Nabi because he hadn't retired then, or Qais Ahmed a little bit later on. So I generally went for the 3-spinner approach when I played as Afghanistan. Lots of fun as well. So if you're looking for a slightly unique save, Afghanistan is probably the more exciting save. So we've moved on. Here's Janat just to bowl. Again, I still find this annoying because this wouldn't happen. They bowl because they need to bowl the seamers until the 15th over before they'll bring on a spinner. I don't know why they wouldn't just bring Ahmed and Khan on. I said I'd turn that off, but I want to see if these 2 get a wicket. I'll go to 20 overs and then we'll see what happens. So Qais Ahmed, I believe, played for the... Oh, there's a wicket. Scott Warner. I believe played for the Hobart Hurricanes in the Big Bash. Okay, we've got Labaskugni in. I did mention in the earlier videos that I will be trying to pronounce his name in the traditional Afrikaans pronunciation. Australians are notoriously a little bit lazy when it comes to pronunciation, and we'll just say whatever's easiest. So not Labuschagne, but Labaskugni. And I'm doing my best to pronounce that as faithfully as I can. Okay, so I think they're just going to keep Case and Khan on here for a while. I'm not really going to be any rush. I'm just going to get to lunch 1 down. And Warner 31, Burns not out, Labaskugni 19 not out. I think at the end of the day, these two might have bowled about 12 each, and Ahmed and Khan will have bowled the bulk. Yeah, they're going to stay on here after lunch. So we'll just keep ticking away. I think if you put the highlights on, it just goes for quite a long time. Joe Burns has made his 50. Sometimes I'm checking what's happening over here. Maybe it'd be good if in the highlights, if you had milestones for highlights. So if you got to 50 or 100, you could have a highlight for that as well. I tend to have to try and remember and then change it to medium, which will, if they get a single on medium highlights, they'll still show that if they're approaching a milestone. So let's put it on here for Marnus and see if he can get his 50 and we can actually watch it. I think that would be a good feature to include the, milestones as well. Or maybe you could just have a toggle box where it would say low chances and then would you like milestones as well. You could tick it on or off. That might be handy as well. I'd quite like that. Here's Labaskugni. Can he get another 50? He can. Gee, it's a tight run. Ooh, that was close. They don't show him, which is a little bit annoying. But Ahmed and Khan have pretty much bowled 28 overs in a row here. There's no sign of them changing. They're like a 10th grade local team captain. They just want to keep bowling themselves all day. Oh, there we go. Burns is bowled by Ahmadzai here for, how many did he get? 75. His test average is looking pretty good. I'd like him to continue making some runs here against some of the smaller test teams. In comes Steve Smith, current batting average 63.72, and Labaskugni's got him covered with 71. Back to the spinners. I think they'll just bowl all the way to tea. It's a shame Al Haq hasn't got a bowl. Oh, Smith's gone. Rashid Khan's got him. Let's see how plumb this is. Oh, that's just grazing the leg stump. That's a bit unlucky from Steve Smith. You're probably looking to send that upstairs. It probably is going to graze the leg stump, but yeah, it is out, but not the most conclusive stone cold LBW that you're ever going to see. All right, 3 for 205. Just plodding along, not trying to go too wild. So we've got a little bit of the way into this video. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching so far and commenting every day. I get quite a few comments just as these videos are getting released. So thanks for that. I've been loving reading your feedback or suggestions or just chatting with you all. I did mention on one of these videos a few days ago, there's his 100. Labaskugni gets the 100. Raise the bat. Well done. There it is. That... as I was recording that video, I was up to 400 subscribers, and when I'm recording this video, it's at 420. So it's just climbing every day. So thanks so much if you're one of the new subscribers. I love it. If you can flick a like down at the bottom, that always helps me out. I really appreciate it, and I just appreciate every single view, even if you don't want to comment or subscribe. That's fine. Just watching it is good enough. So we are back near the end of the day. The second new ball is due. I don't think that would matter much to Afghanistan though, because they just like bowling these two. Poor Naveen, he's just been wandering around in the field all day, wondering when he's going to get another bowl. Just like me sometimes playing cricket. If that's why I like to be the captain, so I make sure I get a bowl. There has to be perks to being the captain and doing a lot of work for your team. It always ensures... What's that? What was that? I'm going to have to watch that again. That was bizarre. I have seen this animation, though, but not for a long, long time. I don't recall seeing this at all last year. It's like he's gone for a drive. It's hit the inside edge. And the keeper's just taken a miraculous catch. Well, Labuschagne gone for a freak catch. For 109 off Case Ahmed, who is this his first test match? Is this his debut? No, he's played one test match before. Wonder who that was against. All right, very interesting. In comes I was going to say Ashkar Afghan, but Ashton Agar, and he's been stumped for a duck. So no 98 against England at Trent Bridge in 2013. No, it is a globe for Ashton Agar. I wonder if they'll take the new ball. Tim Payne gone for 7. Yeah, I don't rate Tim Payne's batting. You know, great bloke, great captain. Watch the test on Amazon Prime. A few people have messaged saying that they've been watching that because I've recommended it. I can see why Tim Payne has been the captain for so long now. Because if you look at his batting record, you're like, 31, you're the test captain, no hundreds. But if you see his leadership of the team, he's pretty much in there as just... He's just in there as the captain, so not worried too much about his batting, although they would like that. But they're picking him as a captain, not as a wicket-keeping batsman. Okay, new ball. Maybe Al Haq might get a little roll before the end of the day. Stark's gone. 279. It's not the best score going around. What we do need is a little push from the tail and push that around to maybe 350 to 380. Oh, gee, there's some good overs. Travis Head's really pushed on. And that is the end of day one. Nice little partnership of 64 between Head and Cummins. So Head trying to solidify his spot in the team. 2 test hundreds for him. But that's a pretty good average of 44. I would take that from someone who's going to bat number 5 in your team. Okay. Al Haq has gone. He's been quite expensive. Yeah, I think they're just going to leave the spinners on to try and get through the tail. All-time record against Afghanistan. Well, we've never... I always wonder why this happens, because we haven't played Afghanistan before, so surely an all-time record against Afghanistan would be 1. But I don't really understand what triggers this record. So if you know, please comment below, because I have no idea why. I didn't check this out, but yeah, a little bit of cloud there, but I don't think there'll be any rain. This is epic here from... Paddy Cummins gone nowhere fast. He's just... For some reason, and I don't understand why, he's selected as very defensive. I think he should be defensive, so... I know his strike rate's 43 in first-class cricket, so that's not very defensive. That's just defensive. Okay, let's get highlights on Travis Head. Is it a 3rd test century for Travis Head? It could be. It is. Beautiful sweep shot of Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan, very, very handy in the shorter formats. In test matches, yeah, he's got a good average, but he hasn't really played too many of the bigger teams. I think they've played a few tests against Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. So, kind of teams at their level. Let's turn highlights off now, we'll be here all day. Alright, Travis Head gone by Case Ahmed. He gets a 5-wicket haul in his second match. We got Nathan Lyon, Cummins. I'm going to get Cummins just to start swinging here, as we've been batting for 116 overs. Pat Cummins, can he get a 50? He's got a few of them. Oh, come on, Pat. Yeah, there he is, Paddy. So big 50 for Paddy. It's only his 3rd. Feels like he has more 50s than that. But just the 3 50s. Oh, I love the celebration before the ball gets to the rope. That is so village. And I love it. This is really good here from Australia. I'll have a look at the end at the partnerships or Cummins is out. Nathan Lyon, a handy 21. Sometimes at the end, I'm not going to get the tail enders to dig in and waste time. I just get them to have a bit of a swing. All-time record, 444. Case Ahmed was the standout with 6 for 137. Khan just the 2 wickets for 130. And Ahmadzai 2 for 99. There's the summary. Burns, a very good 75 opening. Labuschagne with another Test 100. Travis Head, his third Test 100 with 111. And a very handy 59. I probably made a mistake here, and Cummins should really be batting above Stark. I think he's eclipsed Stark's batting in the last 2 to 3 years. So that was a little error on my part. If you have a look at the partnerships, 117 for the 8th wicket and 43 for the 9th wicket really took it away from Afghanistan. If they could have chipped 3 quick ones here and had Australia for 300, I would have believed they were right into this game. But as it stands, Australia right on top. I'm going to actually get playing because I get waffling and make it go for ages. So a tenor bowl the first 2. That's a solid 10 overs with no chances from Zadran here and Janat. And Zadran's in his 3rd Test match. Janat 4. Is anyone on Test debut? I don't think. Oh, here we go. Zadran is. And Naveen Al-Haq is. Didn't get much of a bowl. Got smashed a little bit. So 2 debutants for the Afghanistanis. Let's go with Cummins. And I'll just get Hazelwood just to bowl 2 more here. Just have a little go. Come on, Pat Cummins. We've got the very aggressive field. None for 50. It's time for the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Nathan Lyon. And if you're not familiar with the story, it's a kind of tongue-in-cheek story. But when he became the Australian off-spinner with the most Test wickets, so it wasn't a huge amount. It was about 200 Test wickets or 150 to 200. I can't remember exactly, but then everybody started calling him the GOAT because he was the greatest Australian off-spinner of all time. Is that a snick? No, not out. Which is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek nickname for him. And his name is Nathan Lyon, but he gets called Gary Lyon because there was you're probably not familiar if you're not from Australia, but there was a very famous Aussie Rules football player called Gary Lyon who used to play for Melbourne. He was a forward for Melbourne. So when people heard the name Lyon, they just went, oh, your name's Nathan Lyon, but we'll call you Gary Lyon as a little bit of a nickname. So that's where the Gary part comes from. Oh, there's a snick from Lyon. Well done. He's got Zadran for 35. And I did mention this in my Bangladesh save as well, that when you're playing these smaller countries, they seem to... That's Plum from Agar. There's a wicket. That's hitting middle. When you're playing these smaller countries, they tend to always start very well. So they quite often they're 150 for the loss of only 1 or 2 wickets, but the middle order and the tail tend to collapse very quickly. So 2 for 98. I'm happy with that. I'm not coming in expecting to blast Afghanistan away for 100 or anything silly like that. There's a catch at short leg. Ramat Shah goes for a duck. He's someone who can hang around a long time as well, because I think he's very defensive. Yeah, he is. So I like to have Ramat Shah anchor the innings, and I actually had Hazratullah Zazai open the batting with Mohammad Shahzad here because they were both very aggressive. I would have them both. So interesting that they don't have Hazratullah Zazai opening, as he has 2 T20 international hundreds, and I think he's a very good batter. But that's just my opinion. If there's someone you want to see in the team, please let me know. Whoops, I accidentally left Agar on there. I meant to bring Hazelwood back on, but I was just too distracted chatting. Cleaned him up. Well done, Mitchie Stark. I still can't believe he only played one game in the 2019 Ashes. It was just pure craziness that they picked Peter Siddle ahead of Mitchell Stark. And the argument was that Mitchell Stark can go for runs, but just like a Glenn Maxwell, he's an X factor. There's Hazelwood. He's got out the Afghani captain, Ashgar Afghan. I'm actually going to change his name for the second test. You can't change someone's name mid-game, but I'll change it after because it's wrong and it's annoying me. Okay, I know they do a great job updating the database, but I think that is one that slipped through. I'll add that to on the forums. I'll add that in. Speaking of changes, almost every video outside line, almost every video I have asked for a runs to win column in the top right hand corner if a team is batting second, and it's actually been added into the game. So I'm so excited about that over here will say runs to win. I haven't seen it yet because this is the first time I've played the game since that announcement was made, and I don't think it's going to show up here in this test match. But that's something I've wanted in the series for a long time. Like if there's team that needs 20 off 10 balls, you're always trying to calculate the score in your head, which I've always joked has kept my maths very sharp, but it does get a little bit annoying if you lose track of what's going on. Gee, Agar's going for a few, but if he can get another wicket, I'll be quite pleased. Alright, Lions got Shazad, Rashid Khan, test average 15. He's a very handy batter, Ashton Agar. Might take... sorry, not Ashton Agar, Rashid Khan. Agar is a handy batter as well if he doesn't just wander down the wicket and get stumped for a duck. Nice catch. Is that Finch? No, not Finch because he doesn't play test cricket. He tried. He wasn't very good. Steve Smith fields there in the test matches. All right, let's get Stark back on because I think he'll be quite good against the tail of Case Ahmed. That's LBW. On your way, Case. Oh, 24 to avoid the follow-on. Oh, very interesting indeed. Do you know what? I probably wouldn't enforce the follow-on anyway, just because they're only 200 ahead. Nice catch. Sadaran gone. So there's been some Hendry contributions from the Afghanis, but no one's really taken it away. That's the end of day 2. Australia 444, Afghanistan 9 for 233. Let's keep moving on. No, I'm not going to start with Lyon. I'm going to start with Pat Cummins. Oh, just beats the outside edge. Oh, cleaned him up, just like I thought. Now, we're not going to enforce the follow-on, and there's a couple of reasons for this. Reason number one is we're only 200 runs ahead, so we probably could win. But because it's the first match of a 2-test series, I would like to bat well and just demoralise the bowlers, get their form down, and just be on top for the start of the second test. So if I get an opportunity to bat again, if it's early in the series, I generally always will, because I think that there's nothing really to lose. And even if I get bowled for 150, it should be more than enough as well. Let's put highlights on just for the first 10. Let's see Burns and Warner just play a few shots. Otherwise, it can be a bit... Oh, that's an excellent catch. Gets his first test wicket. Al Huck with a screamer from Ramat Shah at first slip. They haven't even bothered with a second slip. That's how far behind in the game they are. Joe Burns looks to be aggressive. Let's have a little look. He's looking good, Joe Burns. Did very well against Bangladesh. I tell you what, I am looking forward to these two tasty, well, not two, but 4 very tasty test matches against India. That should be really, really close. Labuschagne goes. Of course, it can always backfire and lower your form if you get out for a cheap score, but generally you can get yourself ahead and get a pretty good score. So let's get ourselves into lunch. 2 for 107, really without too much worry. Pitch is deteriorating nicely as well. That's another benefit. So we're not even halfway through the test match yet. We'll pump through this pretty quick. Joe Burns. Travis Head's going to look to be quite aggressive. I'll probably look to bat if I don't get bowled out until there's an hour to go in the day. So we've got 400 ahead. Probably could have batted a little bit quicker there, but that's okay. Let's bat. We'll aim to bat for an hour and just push it to somewhere close to the 500 mark. And really just try and demoralise Khan, because if he gets 2 for 200 in the test, that form is going to dip down. Let's get highlights for Smith so we can see his 100, hopefully, and then we'll really crank it up before the declaration. Nice sweep shot from Smith. Is that 100 or was he on 96? No, that's the 100 from Steve Smith. Magnificent 100 against Afghanistan in the second innings. That is his 29th Test 100. Average of 64. He's looking great. Alright, let's really crank now. All-time record partnership. For some reason, I don't really understand. Alright, come on you two. Oh, Smith's out. Let's declare if he's out. What are we ahead? 464. Yeah, that should be enough. The declaration comes. And let's see what happens. So I tend to find in Cricket Captain as well that the game tends to get harder in the shorter formats. In the test match, form of the game, I tend to find if I'm playing Australia, I'll lose very few games, and one day I'll lose a few more. And in T20s, it just seems to be a complete lottery sometimes. As you saw in the World Cup, there were things happening I couldn't explain. One game we were making no runs, next game we were making 200 runs. So I didn't really understand. 2 wickets in the over for Hazelwood. And there's a third. Stark's got one. First ball off of Shazad. Oh no, he didn't nick it. He's very aggressive. So Afghanistan probably want to look to at least get a few runs in this innings. They don't want to... 2 overs left of the day. Let's get line on. They don't want to get bowled out for 100. That's not going to help them at all. So end of day 3, and Afghanistan still needing a mountain of runs to win. All right, I'm going to open with Pat Cummins because he only bowled the 1 over. That's caught at fine leg. Be good if you could actually see a hook shot for that, not what looks to be a drive, but that's okay. I enjoy the game regardless. I don't really know why I just universally love this game. We just play it endlessly for years and years and years. So I do play a lot of other games as well. So if you haven't already and you're interested, just have a little flick through my channel. Did a wrestling playthrough before this, and I just play a whole variety of random games that I enjoy, and some of them I've put here up on the channel. There's a 4th for Hazelwood. I'm going to see how many he can get. Some stuff I had from my collection. It's all things I own as well. Nothing is emulated. It is all games that I own on systems that I own. There's a 5th for Hazelwood. He's got the wicket of Rashid Khan. I'm going to try and keep him on as much as I can. Oh, ripped right through. Feel a bit bad here, that Lion, and 8 for 60. Oh dear, Afghanistan. That snuck up on me. I thought they had more runs. Hazelwood's taken his 6th. And I'm just going to get Agar on because the poor fella hasn't even had a bowl. Hazelwood, can he get 7? He has 7 wickets. Afghanistan crumble in the second innings. That's going to do their confidence no good at all. Bowled all out for 62. Reminds me of that test England played against Ireland where I think Ireland needed 180 to win and they made 31. So that was very disappointing. All-time record against Afghanistan. I'm not surprised. Josh Hazelwood, it's his career best figures of 7 for 38. 1 for 5 from Stark. 2 wickets for Cummins. Here's the match summary. 444 for Australia. Looked a bit looked a little bit in trouble at 7 for 270 before the tail wagged. Head and Cummins put on a good partnership. Afghanistan replied with 239. Shahzad and Janat made 50s, as did Zadaran, so some contributions. Stark took 4, Lyon 3. We went back in for a second innings. Smith, a wonderful 107, well supported by Burns, and just a couple of wickets each for the bowlers. And in the second innings for Afghanistan, nothing to write home about. Josh Hazlewood, the ultimate destroyer, with 7 for 38. Cummins 2 for 16. Stark 1 for 5 from 5. Australia win by 402 runs. And in that first innings, it did not look like we were going to win by 402 runs. All right, I'm going to keep the same squad. Don't need to change that at all. I don't know why I have to do this every single game. This is annoying. It probably is not going to make much difference anyway, so I don't really know why I'm putting it in. Fielding. Okay. Don't worry about the physio. Oh, actually, do I need to worry about the physio? Seamers, spinners. Yeah, I don't want to make it a spinners pitch if they've got Rashid Khan and Case Ahmed. No, thank you. And I don't want to make it a road because probably end up being a boring draw. Okay, for some reason, this match is in Adelaide. For some reason. An extra fixture added in here. And I'm actually going to... or some rain going on. So what I'm going to do is... let's have the last team, because this was a good feature that they included. And I'm going to give a test debut to Michael Neser over Agar, because he hasn't really done a lot. And the poor fella's been 12th man forever, and I would like to give him a go. So I'm actually going to bat him at 7. Cummins is going to bat at 8. And I'm happy against Afghanistan. That lineup will be enough to get the job done. All right. Poor Madison. Can't really squeeze him in anywhere. He's played 3 of these matches against South Africa, so he really, really struggled when he had a little go in Test cricket. Let's see. I like this current comp because you can see who's been playing. So I'm pretty sure that looks like the same lineup to me. It is the same lineup for Afghanistan. They've lost by 400 runs and they don't want to change anyone, so they've backed them in. Although this time we are bowling first. So we have a 4-pronged pace attack on a seaming wicket. And we've omitted Agar for this match for Michael Neser from Queensland. Very good first-class record. I'm going to show you here very quickly. Look at his career, 225 wickets at 25. So that is amazing. And I think he played these couple of one-day internationals in that series in England in 2018 where... it was 2019, so that's on the test as well, where Australia got smashed out of the park and one game England got 481, which was just embarrassing. So embarrassing. Okay, Stark. Let's start with Stark. And, that's a glove to the keeper. Timmy Payne takes a great catch. Zadran's gone. 1 for 3, Afghanistan. Again, apologies for doing the score the wrong way. I just can't help it. All right, Stark. I probably want to be a little bit more aggressive. I tend not to like going 4 bars to the better nations because they can just really take you apart in the first 10 and you can feel behind very quickly. Okay, here's Michael Neser on test debut. Can he get a wicket? First over. Fingers crossed. Oh, no. Oh, he's actually going for a few. Let's bring him back. Again, this follows that similar pattern of the openers digging in and then wickets falling a little bit later. Oh, there's what looked like a wrong one from Nathan Lyon. Looked like it turned the other way. And we'll keep Lyon pretty tidy as well. Here's Mitchie Stark. Oh, there's another edge. Poor Afghanistan. They are no real match for the might of Australia in full force. There's lunch on the first day. 3 for 80 is not too bad, but they need to get a couple of partnerships going here. Let's get Cummins and Hazelwood in. Hazelwood, 7 wickets in the last match. Can he back it up? What can happen, though, is if a player gets a big bag, they're expected to again in the next innings, and they just think they'll get 7 wickets every innings. I do remember Nathan Lyon in India, and he took 8 for 50 in the first innings, and then took, like, I think it was 8 for 60, and then in the second innings, I think took none for a lot, which was, you think after taking 8 in the first wicket, he was absolutely going to get himself a 10-wicket haul, but he did not. Alright, Nathan Lyon, get him in. He's the 5th bowler, even though it's a seaming wicket, he's going to be very valuable as well. Do like bowling an off-spinner to some left-handers. That's always really good fun. Come on, Josh Hazelwood. Mohammad Shahzad is the very, very aggressive keeper. I think he scored some ridiculous 80 off like 20 balls in the Pakistan T10 league. It was insane. It was like a 14-ball 50, something just ludicrous. You'd have to look it up because I can't remember it off the top of my head. And I don't really... let's get Lavascagni on. And I don't really follow that T10 league too closely. Okay, no wickets in this session. Let's get Smith on for an over as well. Oh dear, that didn't go well. That was 18 off those 2 overs. Alright, good fight back from Afghanistan. I thought this match was going to be a little bit boring and Australia were just going to steamroll through. But a partnership, Shahidi and Shahzad nearing his 100. Has he got a test 100? No. So no test 100. His first could be against Australia. That would be pretty exciting. If you didn't have a test 100. Ooh, gee, dangerous. Nearly found the edge. Alright. I'm going to keep trying to concentrate here while talking to you and commentating. Still 97. Let's get Nisa back on. Yeah, there's his 100. So I'm just going to move all the field out for him and just see what he does. Well, there's a wicket. Shahidi's gone. Pat Cummins has taken his wicket. Yeah, let's make Shahzad hit out. We're nearing the new ball as well. So I'm going to bring Lyon on for 5. Oh, Ashkar Afghan is gone. I forgot to change his name. Oh, sorry. I knew there was something I had to do. All right, last over for Nisa, unless he gets a wicket. Nope. So let's bring in Lyon. See if he can get a wicket as well. It feels like Afghanistan are really on top, but they're not. 5 for 250. It really depends what the tail does. That's an excellent catch. Who was down there? Labuschagne. If you've ever seen his catch at short leg when he's the 12th man, it's from like 2014. It's amazing. Does this big diving slide at short leg. I can't remember who they were facing. It could have been Pakistan, but I can't remember. I could be wrong. But have a look up when he's a sub. Before he even played first-class cricket, he was just highly touted grade cricketer at the time, making his way through. Alright, come on, Lyon and Hazelwood. Oh, it's injured. Rashid Khan's retired hurt. Oh, this is huge news. I've never seen this where he's not been injured. Rashid Khan. Josh Hazelwood has bounced him. He's probably broken his arm. This is sensational news. Out for 3 weeks with a fracture. So he won't take any further part in this match. And that leaves Afghanistan in all sorts of trouble because they've just got the 2 pace bowlers and Qais Ahmed. Do they really have anyone else who can bowl? Oh, these guys a little bit. Maybe you're going to have to get some leg spin from Ramit Shah. That is devastating for Afghanistan. Rashid Khan with a broken arm. Let's have another quick look at it. You always know because it's that weird animation where they skip over. You always know they're going to get hit. Sometimes they get hit and they're not retired hurt though. But, gee, it looked bad. Rashid Khan gone out of the game, and no injury substitutions yet in this game. However, it's just a concussion substitute at the moment in Test cricket. So even if he'd had that injury, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been allowed to sub out for anybody as well. Oh, that's Plum. Can always rely on Mitchell Stark to clean up the tail. We've got the new ball, so let's get... Hazelwood's still looking good. Let's keep him on. He might only need one ball. He does. Al-Haq is gone. Plum. And a shame for Afghanistan. They did lose their last... Well, really 7 for 70 plus Khan. So... Well, not 7, actually. So you got 6 wickets. But, you know, they were 3 for 226. So magnificent 100 here from the keeper, Mohammad Shahzad. Supported by Shahidi. That was really all. Afghanistan are going to be in all kinds of trouble with their bowling after this opening spell. So what I'm going to do is just sit a little quieter so that we don't lose some early wickets. At least they can regroup at the end of the day here. We'll just... I don't know why I kept that on, really. That should have been on none. End of day 1. Afghanistan 296. Australia none for 6. So this is really terrible news for Afghanistan. No Rashid Khan to bowl in this match at all. So they're going to try and keep these pace bowlers on. They'll keep Ahmed on from one end and they'll just rotate through these two until their stamina is depleted, and then they'll just have to go with Ramat Shah or Janat to bowl. Yeah, they're trying to rotate through. Yeah, Ramat Shah's going to roll some leggies, yet to bowl in 6 test matches. So not ideal. Maybe he'll get a wicket. Sometimes those part-timers do. Yeah, he does. So there we go. 1 for 1. What a start. Warner couldn't resist himself and has just danced down the pitch and missed one. So I'm not trying to... I'm not going to be too aggressive against Shah because you can lose some wickets that way. Maybe against Janat I will. Gee, that's a slow 25 from Joe Burns. So they're going to have to rotate through that 5th bowler. There's another wicket. Gee, we want to be careful because we've got Payne next and then Nisa and then some bowlers. So we're still 200 behind. Let's just bat nice and calmly, not get too carried away. And things should sort themselves out. Smith's gone to Ahmed. Still a long way behind here. I'm hoping I don't regret picking Nisa as the all-rounder in the side. Alright, Head and Tim Payne stabilising. I'm happy for Tim Payne to bat quite slowly as long as he stays in. Oh, Janat's in. Let's give him a whack. We'll have a look at Tim Payne's... Oh, Travis Head's 50s, not quite there. 4 for 170. It's in the balance. Can Afghanistan get a few wickets? Oh, nice from Tim Payne. Still waiting on the Travis Head 50. There it is. Batting very well at number 5. Oh, it was a 2. Batting very well, Travis Head at 5. I think he's got that spot locked down, which is a bit of a shame because I'd like to give it to Maxwell, really, but I probably shouldn't. All right, Michael Nisa's in on test debut, first class average of 23, but I think he's done a bit better than that in current years. Yeah, this year, a couple of years ago, just as he was breaking into the test squads, 37 with the bat, 24 with the ball. So hopefully he can knuckle down. We're actually still a little bit behind. Oh dear, Nisa's gone. Come on, Pat Cummins. New ball is due. We're nearing the end of day 2. This has been a far closer... Oh, Zadran's in. Gee, that's tasty. Gee, they've really had to go deep at the end. Lots of tired players. Travis Head, is that his 100 or is that 99 or 96 for Travis Head? Gee, I'd love facing Zadran. 20 first-class matches, 2 wickets if you're nearing your 100, although they can be dangerous to face because the ball comes on a little bit slower, but he smashed him down the ground for 100. Well done, Travis Head. Back-to-back hundreds in test matches, 100 in the last match. Pretty sure he did anyway. Yeah, there we go, 111. Sometimes the memory gets a little bit foggy. Good fight back from Australia, just 30 behind. I'm going to keep the aggression up. Why not? And turn the highlights off. Push through. Travis Head gone from Case Ahmed. We've got Stark and Cummins. Can we just squeeze the lead out? They've done well, Afghanistan, without Rashid Khan. They've really had to chip together a fifth bowler. And a lot of work from Ahmad Zai here in his 34th over. Afghanistan lead by 1. Stark gets there. We're just ahead. Be interesting to see how they go in the second innings. Hazelwood's gone. 5 wickets for Ahmad Zai. Is that his first 5-wicket haul in Test cricket? It certainly is. So a day he'll remember. 5 wickets against the Aussies. And Australia lead by just 14 runs. So if Afghanistan can get to about 250, I think it may be a tricky chase. I'm not going to say an easy chase. Batting last on this pitch, which is already starting to deteriorate. And don't forget as well, there is rain forecast for all of day 4, so probably just as I'm about to bat. So sometimes you probably want almost the whole day to be rained out, because sometimes what can happen is you end up batting here for half an hour, and then half an hour, and then half an hour, and then half an hour, and you're just starting over and over again, and that can really work against you. So Afghanistan have a really, really big chance, despite losing Rashid Khan, which is just such bad luck of any of their players. Oh, bowled off a no ball. Hazelwood, what are you doing? Okay, I've kind of gone my normal fight. I'm just going to give Hazelwood one more. Get Pat Cummins in and Michael Neser, who didn't get a wicket in the first innings. So still yet to get a wicket. This could be the moment. Oh, that was close. Beats the outside edge. Come on, Cummins. Ah, that's plum. Janat's gone. Oh, that's out as well. Shah's gone. Ramat Shah also dismissed. 2 wickets in 3 balls. Both the set batsmen are on their way. Oh, it's just flicking the leg stump. That's unlucky for the Afghanis. Okay. Come on, Michael Neser. Get yourself a wicket. It's Cummins again, though. That's hit him outside the line. Oh, I'm really trying to get Neser a wicket, but it's not happening. I can't see. He's definitely not going to play against India. I don't really know what I might just go with 4 bowlers. Might just go with Hazelwood, Stark, Cummins and line and just pick 6 proper batsmen. I don't think I can risk Agar against India. I might just have to bring in an extra batsman and hope the bowlers can do their job off some rain. Interesting. Alright, let's get Stark back in. And we'll swap Lions end because he hasn't bowled very much. So thanks for staying tuned in this video today. I've really been a little bit overwhelmed just by how much these videos are being watched and how much they're being enjoyed. Oh, that was out. I thought that pitched well outside leg. I didn't even give that a second thought or missing off. That didn't look that close at all. It's been given. Let's have a look at the replay. Interesting. It just didn't look out. Maybe it looked out to you, but to me, it just didn't look like it was anywhere close. Okay, Paddy Cummins is back on. This is what we don't want. We're going to bowl Afghanistan out here and have to bat and then bat through the rain. So they are a real chance here, depending on how much rain there is. Alright, I really think I need to get Lion back in. And this is a good little partnership building. Shahidi and Ashkar Afghan, the captain. He's been bowled. Michael Neser gets his first test wicket. He's pumped. Comes at a crucial time as well. 5 for 146, leading by 132. Alright, I was just about to take Hazelwood off, but he's got a wicket. He's found the edge of Shahidi. That's important as well. Case Ahmed's in because Rashid Khan sadly can't bat. Got a broken arm from Hazelwood, which again is just so unbelievable. If you could have picked one player to take out, he is the man. Alright, let's get Lyon on. Poor Lyon hasn't had much of a bowl. It's kind of the drawback of 5 frontline bowlers. There's a wrong one from Nathan Lyon. Where's he developed that? He's during some time away from the game, he's developed a wrong one just for the game. Never want to say anything is absolutely locked in, but a chase of under 200 should be fine. Zadran snicked one. Neser's got a second wicket. Really good bowling in the second innings from Michael Neser. 2 wickets for not many runs. There's a third one, caught and bowled. And Afghanistan have been bowled all out for 187. Bit of a shame for them that they couldn't get another 70 or 80 runs on the board. Again, we're never going to say never. However, only 174. So let's just keep it. Yeah, let's have highlights on for these final 12 overs. And I'm just really going to focus on staying in for 10. And then seeing what happens with the rain. If I had a choice, I just hope it would rain all of day 4. And then I won't have to bat at all. But if I can get through without losing a wicket, I'd be pretty happy. Maybe put Night Watchman in. I'll put... No, I don't need to now. No Night Watchman's required. Interesting that declare option comes up. I wonder what would happen if you declared in the 4th innings. Or if it just doesn't let you. I don't really want to risk pressing it and losing. But that was weird. You can declare a 4th innings. I'd never really noticed that before. Okay, let's see what this rain does. Oh, no rain yet. Okay, it's on there. It's on the radar. So we'll go up a little. We'll still try and be pretty cautious. We're going to turn the highlights off as well. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. Okay, let's just see. Skip through. Should really have bowling on. Ahmad Zain al-Haq probably going to bowl. Most. Burns gone. Alright, just hold in. Cruise it down. Chip away at that run tally. There we go, feeling a little bit more relaxed. Cruise mode now. Davey Warner, Labuschagne. You can rely on these two. Oh, there's the rain. And we've got to lunch needing just 76. So I think this has been a really, really competitive series, especially in this second match. And even in the first match, even though we won by 400 runs, it didn't really feel like that. It felt a lot closer as Labuschagne departs. The last 30 runs, I'll put the highlights on. I like how they've just kept to the main 3 bowlers. I mean, why not? Warner goes. Little sniff. I'm going to put the highlights on now. Little sniff of hope for Afghanistan, because if they can get another... Well, actually, they're into pain, so I'm not going to write them off with overcast condition and a turning uneven deck. So we have seen... Oh, that's out as well. Yeah, we have seen it happen before. These 40 runs could be very difficult. Case Ahmed. He's absolutely ripping them. Michael Neser, what are you doing? No, they're going up. Surely he hasn't nicked that. Surely not. Gee, this 41 is looking very difficult to get. I thought we were coasting home. Oh, that's wide. Oh, it's a wrong un. Michael Neser's not picking the wrong un. I'm not sure about the tactic of bowling around the wicket. Michael Neser smashed him down the ground. It's in his debut match. He wants to be there at the end. He's having a hard time against the wizardry of Case Ahmed. Al-Haq hasn't got many wickets. I'd probably try and keep Ahmad Zain Ahmed on if I were Afghanistan, but Stamina meter's probably running low. Well done, Steve Smith. We do still have Steve Smith at the crease. Oh, well outside leg. Wave and appeal. Oh, that's pitched outside leg. Surely it has. Definitely pitched. Or just outside leg. 26 to win. 5 wickets in hand. Alright, what's happening with this rain? Oh, we've got 23 overs left today. That's okay. Should be enough to get the victory. 2-0 in the series. That's hit outside the line. And stay tuned for 2 absolutely gripping test matches against India for video number 9. And video number 10 will be the conclusion of that series with another 2 test matches. So thanks for watching today as we come to the conclusion. Thanks for watching the whole series if you have. Thanks for commenting. I'm really enjoying my emails blowing up at the first half an hour after these videos get released. Okay, 9 to win. It's been a slow crawl. Oh, here we go. Here we've got runs to win up here. Ah, fantastic. I've been looking for that for years, seeing how many to win. That's so cool. I'm kind of hoping I was the catalyst for that change, that I've made a difference in the cricket captain world, and my contribution was getting the runs to win column up here. Because you can count the balls yourself, but the runs get a little bit confusing. Okay, 4 to win. Loving this new feature. Thanks so much for including it. Round the wicket. Michael Neser hits the winning runs on debut. Australia win a highly competitive match against Afghanistan, who really, if they hadn't lost Rashid Khan, probably would have been even more competitive. 296 all out. Shazad, magnificent 100. Shahidi 65. Stark 4 wickets. And then Australia replied. Really took a bit of a lower order partnership here between Head and Cummins to get Australia back in it. Afghanistan just 187 in the second innings. Probably were looking for 250. Nisa chipped in with 3 very tidy wickets. Cummins got 2. Shahidi 49 amongst the runs again. And Australia, despite a little wobble, losing 3 for 3, managed to get home with a partnership between Steve Smith and Michael Neser. So let's have a quick look at the series stats before I finish off this video. So probably the man of the match was... Man of the series, I'd say probably Mitchell Starc, 11 wickets at 11. But Travis Head, 285 runs, 2 centuries. Smith still looks good. Let's do runs. Everyone contributing here in the top 5. Cummins, very handy. Payne, struggling with the bat. And bowlers, AI got a duck. Let's have a look at bowling. 11 wickets each for Starc and Hazlewood, leading the attack. Hazlewood with that wonderful 7-wicket haul in the first test. Cummins 7 at under 20. Lyon didn't really do too much, but sometimes that's his role, just to get wickets at 30. Neser 3 for in that second innings. Agar just the 1. Afghanistan to finish. Mohammad Shahzad can be impressed with his 220 runs, and really everybody else pretty much outclassed. Few runs from Shahidi and Janat, that was about it. Wickets, Qais Ahmed impressed, he had to bowl 131 overs, 12 wickets. Ahmad Zai, good pace, but apart from those two, Khan had a poor first game. Al-Haq looked out of his depth, and it's surprising that they didn't play someone else for him. Okay, Australia win 2-0. The next video is India. So thanks very much for watching. And just before we go though, let's have a quick look at the world ratings. So it will be a 1 versus 2 clash in the tests. In the ODIs, Australia are 3rd, and in T20 cricket, they are 3rd. Current test batting, top 10. Joe Burns 8, Smith 9, but we haven't played a lot. India, they don't seem to have anyone there. I don't know if they've been playing any test matches. Let's have a look quickly before we finish. So, have India even played a test? I don't think they have. No. No, so this will be their first test matches of this cricket captain season. So Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.